Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Clean cut men do get women. And if I'm laughing, it's not even about the subject. I just recorded this. Well, no, I thought I was recording this video. I just did a whole video and realized I hit the record button. Oh, well, I said I'd share that with you. Remember, Rom's human. But anyway, clean cut men do get women. See, there's this fallacy that you have to look a certain way, or you have to look a certain way and have a certain look to you to get women, like a bad boy image. Like you gotta have those tattoos, you gotta have that earring, all of that. Especially in the black community, but there's elements of it in other communities as well. And I'm here to tell you that's some bullshit from being out here. That's some bullshit. And you know, some of that's based on media images, like I was talking about this past Tuesday. Some of it's based on that because they show that image, you know, the image of the rapper or something like that, and people feel like, well, you gotta be that. In fact, jumping, sometimes guys be jumping on like the image of, say, a Russell Wilson, because he looks more clean cut and everything. Look, here's the thing. Here's a reality. Clean-cut men get women because there are plenty of women who want them. See, understand something. Who a woman wants ain't just based on just pure biology, but it's also based on culture, class, her religion. I numerously tell the story of a good friend of mine who will only deal with a man who is very into the church. She don't even like a name that sounds like it's not Christian. Because I always joke with her, I say, yeah, you gonna get with Rashad, aren't you? She say, stop playing, bro. He is like, wait a minute. Oh, you gonna get with that guy with the locks? No. The guy she like, they gotta have a clean cut, you know. He's not even into beard game. You gotta have a clean look. And that's just normal. See, the thing is, clean cut men will get women simply because you got women checking for that type of man. They checking for them. Now, usually it's based on class. Culture, of course, subculture comes into it, but mainly on social class. When you're dealing with lower class women, regardless of the race, well, they want that guy who fits into that environment. So the guy got to have that look. He got to have those tats. They looking at all of that. And I do mean class. You don't count athletes, because regardless of how many millions they make, they still acting according to whatever class they came out of. But that's you know, they want that certain look, you know, those kind of hood type of girls, they want that hood looking type of man, because anybody else look corny to them. Okay, but you get a whole bunch of women, I'm gonna get into that corny thing in a second too, but you got a whole bunch of women who are more upper class, they educated, they came out of more upper middle class environments. Even within the black community, because this is where this argument is. And you know, I'm using that as an example, because you know how a lot of people say, well, it's just them, especially in the black community, act like this ain't touching other stuff, but it does. But I'm gonna use this as an example. If you in certain areas, like if you're in an area, regardless of race, where there's more money, it's a 6-figure area, median income is 6 figures. That type of area, you know, the kids going to even a very good public school that's really high level, or some type of private school, they want a certain look. Remember, one thing, we're in a society that look matters. So you get women who are more upper class, they're used to the finer things in life. They want that guy who looks like he's going to be a professional, like a doctor, a lawyer, you know, CPA. Something of that nature, you know, very successful business owner, future CEO, corporate executive. If you look at those type of men, they mostly clean cut, mostly. Yeah, you got some exceptions and stuff. I've seen some doctors, even rented a condo before buying it from a doctor, Jewish doctor, who had tats and everything. But for the most part, though, they have to look clean cut. And that's what the women want. So they're going to get the women. See, that class thing means a lot. Also subculture thing. Because I said something about the corny thing. Now, of course, some lower class women will call you know, some, regardless of race, they'll call like some clean cut guy corny, but really the man shouldn't even worry about them. And I'm gonna get into that in a second too. But the corny thing, you got a lot of nerdy women out here. And basically, yeah, they'll check out, they might look at that guy with the tats, all of that, looking at rough edge. They say, okay, he's cute. But remember something, and this is men and women, but we're gonna talk about what women do. They basically look for their reflection. So if they corny, they want that guy who accepts them but is into the same nerdy stuff. So they will go for you, and you got plenty of like nerdy type of women. They will actually prefer that type of guy like that, at least for long term, even short term, because they corny themselves. So they'll want that. You know, the subculture makes a big difference. And then there's a final thing. Now I know some guys, they might be clean cut and feel like, yeah, I want that, these women just want the thugs and everything. Which women? I just told you some more upper class women, upper middle class, upper class, or even women climbing to get there. They want that more clean cut professional looking dude. But if you that man, why are you worried about that woman going for some thug? Like a mentor said one time, he said it best. That turns them off immediately. I'm telling you now, I don't like no, if a woman go for a thug, I don't worry about it. I'm glad I find out right away. Cause hey, I want those more clean cut type of women. It's just that simple. I like those more clean cut, more upper middle class and up type of women. Those are ones I like. I deal with the nerdy ones too. If they want me, I'm a little bit tougher with them. But still, it's a little bit tougher for me to get with them. But I'd rather that. The type of women who go for a thug or that type of look automatically is not for me, automatically. And I don't worry about it. So this thing, some guys saying, well, they called me lame. Who called you lame? Did a professional woman call you lame? Or some woman with some like hood intonation and, a bunch of tats all over call you lame? And I'm dead serious. Who called you lame? She's smoking a cigarette, you don't drink or smoke. She's smoking and talking about let's get some Henny or something. Why are you worried about her? I'm dead serious. There's so many of what I would call goody types or clean when they don't have the tats. They ain't baddies. But the only difference between them and the baddies is the baddie got more makeup and will wear those higher heels and wear those tighter like leggings and shit. Because some of the goody ones, some of the goody quality type of women, they got the exact same body. In fact, a lot of them got fewer mileage for all those people concerned about body count. So why you worried about that like woman going for that hood guy? Because that's a reflection of her. See, here's something else too. Let me go deep. Who a woman go for is ultimately who she find attractive reflects her perfectly. So as soon as I see, if a woman say, well, he gotta have this, he gotta have some hood, some edge, I'm like, okay. I don't wonder what she gonna do for me. Seriously, she ain't gonna do anything for me. And more men need to think like that. Why you worried about it? Yeah, I ain't competing for it. But see, a lot of guys deep down want those baddies. And yeah, they sexy and shit, but hey, shoot. You get with some of those goody girls, those clean cut girls. And like I said, on a practical level, lower body count. They ain't as ran through. So why you pressed about them? On any level, why are you pressed about them? Shoot, I have no problem with the bougie woman. More men, if you clean cut, you need to think that way. And even if it's not about that level, there's plenty of like just down to earth women who appreciate a clean cut man for whatever reason. All right. So anyway, I want y'all to really think about that. As a man, like I said, a woman, that tells you whoever a woman expresses her interest in, that tells you everything about her. You know exactly. If I talk to any woman, I don't even have to ask her. I don't have to ask her directly. I can say, oh, what type of celebrities, what type of guys you think are attractive? When she tell me, I already know what she like, because that reflects who she is, and also how she carry herself actually reflects the type of man she wants too, even how she adorn herself. So you need to really think about that. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.